Hello there. It's King Rumble Jr. back again with some sweet content. Today will be an informational video on what to buy in, I have no idea what tier I'm doing yet. I'm just gonna load up my hanger. Can't remember why I deleted both my presets, but that's pretty cool, whatever. By the way, if you hear some loud, like, snoring sounds in the background, that is definitely my dogs. Very loud. Okay, so let's see. I guess I'll just start with tier 2, because tier 1 is kind of a no-brainer. And I guess I'll just do both mechs and weapons for today. So I'll just start with the mechs. So in tier 2, let's see. So I was actually playing on one of my old accounts. Newer than the one I'm using right now, but still pretty old. And that account was a lot of fun to play on, because all I was playing were like Paragons with autocannon 4s. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And I'm planning on maxing out my Paragon. Like, I'm not gonna buy anything else. I'm not gonna spend acorns on anything except Paragon. And it's gonna be so funny when I have a maxed out Paragon on that account. But anyways, I noticed that once I got to this tier, I kind of hit a stopping point, because, like, in my progress, because, well, Juggernaut and Puma are overpriced. So, on this tier, the first thing I would recommend you buying is Slingshot, for sure. Definitely buy Slingshot, because then you can, let's just like put on a random hanger. Let's just say that my hanger, I have plasma cannon 4s on a Paragon. That's like my best mech. Then I have my Lancer with the shotgun 2s. Just turning on the classics so it looks better. And then let's say, well, I guess those are the only, okay, let's just say I have these 2 mechs, and then I've been saving up for a little bit, like 10 minutes, and I finally saved up enough credits to buy one of these 2 mechs. First, I would definitely go for Slingshot. Okay, so you should definitely go for Slingshot. And then let's say that I already bought the Jav 4s. Are those in? Yeah. So you buy Jav 4s with Slingshot. Slingshot, the mech that looks like a teenager with bad posture. You will never wipe that image from your brain now. You cannot tell me that doesn't look like a teenager with bad posture. I mean, I guess you can, but still. So this is your best build. This is going to be the best build you can get in tier 2. Then after you buy your cute little Slingshot, definitely go for MD. So let's say I opened up my 4th mech slot, and it comes at 6 energy. So let's just say I put on autocannon 4 and 2. Boom, there you go. Now, a better thing to do, in my opinion, is to take your Lancer and slap the autocannon 2 and 4 build. Honestly, let's see the damage. So let's just say it's at rank 1, so it's 2,000 per mag at rank 1 level 1. Okay, so I have no idea how much Plasma Cannon 2 costs. Let's just say that it costs like 125 coins. So that's pretty cheap. I mean, it might be hard to save up and buy that in that tier, but whatever, you'll make it. So your MD build, this is the best MD build you can really get. Now, another solution would be to take your Javelin Rex, put them on your Paragon, and then you could just switch everything over, like, yeah. So let's just say that you want to put these Javelin Rack 4s on your Paragon. Okay, now you've got this pretty looking thing. Then your best bet would be to buy Shotgun 4, right? Shotgun 4 is one of those that you should definitely have. This is also a very good build for Slingshot. Paragon, it's questionable because Paragon is slow, but it's okay. And then, in my opinion, what you do next is probably this. And then you would have your Shotgun 2s open again. And this would also be a very good hanger. So then, if you want to buy another mech, then you should definitely skip Puma and go straight to Juggernaut. Unless you get this at 8 energy. You get this at 12. So honestly, at this point, it's kind of just a preference. Now, you'll be new to the game, so you won't really know what you're going to want to use. So you won't know the difference between attackers and tanks, really, except that, hey, this has more energy. Hey, this has more health. Hey, this is faster. Hey, this is slower. Like, those are the main differences that you're probably going to see, and the abilities. Now, in my opinion, this one is really tricky for me, but I think I'd go with Juggernaut. Because it's a tank. It might not hold a ton of energy, but that's okay. And let's see. Now, if I were you... Now, this could go 2 ways, right? This could go 2 ways. So, you could either keep this hanger the same way, and then buy, like... Well, you could use autocannon 4s. It's questionable, but it... Oh, oops. My Juggernaut is not 8 energy. Okay, you could do autocannon 4s on a Juggernaut. That's not a terrible idea. You could do RPG 4s on a Juggernaut. That's not a terrible idea. Or you can switch things up, and you can do both of them on your Juggernaut. Now, back when I was beginner to the game, when I was new to the game, I used to do this on my Paragon all the time. I would take, like, an autocannon 4 and an RPG 4, and I would put them together, and I would make magic happen. Now, another option could be... Let's see, what tier is this from? Plasma Cannon 6. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Plasma Cannon 6. This comes in tier 2. Now, I do not know how much a lot of these cost, but this is a good build. This would probably be much more successful than the autocannon 4s or the RPG 4s or them combined. This would probably just work out better. And then, of course, always you could just make it more consistent and simple on yourself and use 2 4s. It doesn't really matter. This would probably save you money, but the other one, it's a good idea to just own the Plasma Cannon 6s already. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of tier 2. You should definitely go for Slingshot first, then MD, then if you want to spend some coins on a mech, I would recommend Juggernaut, but hey, that's a preference. Now, many new players aren't going to know a darn thing about Puma, and that's okie dokie. So, I'm just going to show you guys, if you get a Puma, what you should do. So, if you buy a Puma, then the other I know RPG 6s are in this tier. So, okay, we've got a few options. We've got Long Arm 8. We've got... Okay, this is a red flag. Do not buy the Gauss Rifle 4. Its damage is very, very low. Its reload is fast, but don't let that stunt you. It's adaptable. Don't let that stunt you either. Pulse Cannon 4. Back when I played, this was an incredible weapon because it cost credits, not A-coins. But I noticed that now it costs 625 A-coins. So please skip the Pulse Cannon 4 unless you are rich or something. I don't know. But this is very high damage. I remember using dualies of these on my kill shot when it had energy. And it got the job done. But let's just say that you bought RPG 6s, which are a very good weapon to have at the beginning of the game. And not a long arm 10 with that. So, we now have dual RPG 6s. This is an awesome idea. This is a very good build. Now, you could also go for Thermal Lance 6. Don't. Please do not waste your money on Thermal Lances. It is, in my opinion, the worst gun in the game. I would honestly take an Autocannon 4 over any grade of Thermal Lance. Now, instead of a Thermal Lance or an RPG 6, even better, would be these bad boys, the Plasma Cannon 6s. Now, I think that they cost more than, of course, they cost more than the RPG 6, but I think they cost more than the Thermal Lance. Oh, well, of course they do. Yeah, I think these are actually the most expensive 6 energy weapon you can get in Tier 3, maybe. Yeah, these probably are. So, yeah, that's kind of what you should be doing. Now, another thing you could do, you could always switch things up a little bit. You could buy a Shotgun 8 and a Shotgun 4, and then put that on your Puma, and that is this would, in my opinion, be the best build you could possibly use. Now, you could always go for a sniper. You could always do something like this that's kind of wonky. You could always do that, but I recommend staying away from the Gauss rifles. Any of them. But if you were going to do a long arm, then you should definitely just buy a Thermal Lance 4 with a long arm 8. Because the only time that a Thermal Lance is acceptable is when you do not have enough energy for 2 long arms, or you don't have enough energy for, let's just say, any weapon, and there aren't really any other good options like a Shotgun 4. That wouldn't make sense because that's close quarters with a sniper. That's weird. Pulse Cannon 4, that's an assault. That has a wide hit cone, so you'll be shooting long range, and then the thing, yeah, it just won't work out. Gauss Rifle 4 is too expensive, and it's also just really bad damage. Now, RPG 4, that could also work out. That could. I'm not saying that you should try it, but it could. Autocannon 4, same thing with the Pulse Cannon 4, except it's cheap. And in my opinion, it looks cooler. But anyways, that's irrelevant. This is kind of low damage, I don't really know. When it says adaptable, I think, yeah, it says effective at most ranges and has a high ammunition. That's your choice. I don't really know, but Thermal Lances are good as just like a sidearm, like just a weapon, because they do the overheat effect. They add the overheat effect, so you could start, like, you wouldn't even have to take a shot with your long arm to start the overheat. You could just start the overheat and then shoot them and deal more damage. That's always a good idea. Now, and I'm doing these only as free-to-play ones. If you guys are paying money, you do you. I don't care. And, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, I think that's good for today. And, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this was useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.